This is probably the most important and dangerous video I've ever made in my life. And I'm going to explain why. Because I'm directing it only to the friends of Mario Murillo Ministries. Now, probably you're getting this message because you've done something definitive and tangible to help me win souls. So I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to think about this. And I don't want you to judge this video message until you've heard it in its entirety. How are you going to be remembered? That question haunts me a lot. How are you going to be remembered? We are going to be remembered most for what we left for the next generation. There's a deep need in the human heart to leave a legacy and to leave something valuable. So what is the most valuable thing you and I can leave for the next generation? Bevan Jones said these words, "Never let a generation grow up without the knowledge of divine things, which may contain the germ of national revival in years to come." That sums up my passion and my unbroken commitment. I believe that for over 8 years, our children have gotten a horrendous message in our culture. They have been told all kinds of things that have driven them away from their first love and the values that you and I know this nation was made great on. What they get on campus, what they get from Hollywood, what they get from the media, it numbs the heart. It darkens the intellect and demonstrates in the spirit the most devastating elements ever. Worst of all, I really believe it's killing America. Now, to get to what I really want to say is to tell you that in a very deep and profound dealing of God, and I don't talk about how God deals with me all the time. I don't like to. These are very private things. But he said an amazing thing. He said, I can start a youth movement in America. I can do that. Well, that impacts me more than it would the average person because I was a part of the Jesus movement that ultimately led to 25 million Americans being born again, and it shifted the moral, legal, and political landscape of this country. So now, here we go. To give them divine things and leave it for them is the passion of this man that you're listening to. It is what I live and breathe to prove that Christ is the Son of God to a youth generation. The good news is that the good news is working. God is spreading his word through us. Our ministry and our rallies are not just word and not just talking, but they are demonstrations of power. They are irresistible conviction of sin with baptisms of holy fire that are coming on thousands and thousands of young people. However, we are very frustrated, and it's time to expand. And there are dual urgencies that are saying that we need to expand. Number one is, I believe the time is short. I do. I don't believe that Trump is some kind of a cure-all. I believe that this is nothing but a momentary reprieve that God, in fact, is allowing us with a door that is just opened to do something now. The second thing is that this power has spiked in our meetings. The power of God has spiked in our meetings to the degree where we now see incurable diseases being healed. We see young people getting up out of their seat to transform their life to Christ. So I'm going to test our friendship. In the next few days, all across the nation, people are going to be hearing about $1 million challenge. And this is how it works. The Lord said, Mario, choose 10 cities. Invest $1 million in all 10 of those cities, and something is going to happen that is absolutely supernatural for young people. Now, I don't want you to think about $1 million. I want you to think about one thing, that God would touch you to do something. Because no matter what you do, we're going to appreciate it. And no matter what you do, we're going to receive it with gratitude. But what I want you to do is to be bold in your heart and to understand that you could be a part of catalyzing a nationwide return to Christ among our youth. I know that God will guide you. I know that you have witnessed in your life that the Lord has spoken to you about helping a ministry. And sometimes it was outside your comfort zone. Now, I know this for a fact, that all offerings need to have an awkward moment. Every fundraising attempt needs to have an awkward moment. Nobody needs to tell you how important it is that we leave something. No one needs to tell you how important it is that America feel the power of the Holy Spirit now. What I'm asking you to do is to pray and ask the Lord, what is it that I'm to do to partner with Murillo to touch an entire generation of young people in the United States? I want you to know that I do believe God will multiply it back. A lot of people think that that is flaky fundraising when you say that. But it was Jesus himself who said, "Give, and it shall be given unto you, pressed down, shaken, and running over will men give to your bosom." Now, I know that's a fact. You've watched it, and I've watched it. Can you think today of a more vital cause, a more important and urgent task than to be used of God to bring youth to Jesus Christ in the United States? I can't. This is not some glamorous side show that we want to do. This is not some lavish lifestyle that I want to live. This is about leaving something behind. Now, there will be a link beneath this video for you to donate. And there's many ways you can, and you'll discover that when you click the link. Right now, I'm going to be in prayer and believing God that you will understand the urgency of being a part of this great miracle. Imagine if a youth movement starts in our nation. God bless you.